Hello and welcome. This is Angie with thecountrysheetcottage.net. Today we're going to talk about your Cricut machine and making projects that are much larger than your mat. So if you can see this project, it's huge. It's meant to be like a sign that you would hold and get your picture taken as the birthday girl. So if you've ever wanted to make projects that are much larger than your mat or your cutting size of your Cricut machine, this is the way to do that. And I actually only had 12 by 12 paper, so I've made these all on 12 by 12 mats. If you have a 12 by 12 mat, a Cricut Explore or a Cricut Maker, you can make this project or any other one. So first let's take a look at Cricut Design Space at how we lay out a project to make it bigger than the mat. So here's the project we're going to be working on. So right away I want to say that you can use this for any project, and I'm going to use my Explorer for this example, but you could also use it for any of the Cricut machines. So with the Explorer I have a 12 by 24 cutting mat. If you only have the 12 by 12 cutting mat, you can do the same thing as well. So you can see that my project is 18.26 by 32.657. You'll also see that Design Space is telling me with the orange triangle that this project is too large. And if I click Make It, it will again say that the project is not supported by my machine. So in order to make it supported, we have to divide this project into mat size pieces. So I'm going to use my 12 by 24 mat. So I'm going to make a rectangle 11.5 by 23.5. Now that is the cutting area for a 12 by 24 mat. If you're using 12 by 12 mats, you'll want to divide this project into 11.5 by 11.5 inch squares. Now we're going to take these and we are going to copy and paste as many as we need to cover this first section. We will do the same thing with the yellow as well. So the yellow is going to be our background piece. So we'll want to cover this. So 3 pieces will cover this completely. So what we'll want to do is line these up. What I like to do is put this first one, say, at 1, this one at 12.5, and then this one at 12.5 plus the 11.5, which is 24. Then we're going to pick all 3 of these, holding the Shift key down, align, and align bottom or align top, either way. So now I have 3 pieces over the top of my design. So now I want to pick the first square, hold down Control, and pick my sign, and then click Slice. And you can only slice 1 piece at a time because you can only pick 2 pieces and actually hit the slice button. So now we're going to delete away this piece, we're going to delete away this piece, and we're left with the pink arrow piece. Now we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to pick the big piece we have left, and then the next square, and click Slice. And then we're going to delete away the brown pieces, and we're left with the sliced away pink piece. Now we'll pick the 2 we have left, slice, delete away the brown pieces, and now our project has been divided into 3 pieces. And now I will repeat those same procedures on the yellow piece. So let's draw our rectangle. We will make it 11.5 by 23.5. We will make 3 of those. and we will cover our piece with those. So this time I'm going to put this one at 38, this one at 38 plus 11 and a half, $49 and a half, and this one at 49 and a half plus 11 and a half, which is 61. Then pick these three, align at the top. Now the large yellow piece, the first square, I did that by holding down the control button and slice. Delete away these gray pieces. Do it with the next piece. And finally, these last two pieces. Now we have 3 pieces. So there is a small glitch in Cricut Design Space, and this could just be right now and they could fix it later. But you can see my piece is 11 and a half, but it still has the triangle. If you just go up here and you type 11 and a half again, that triangle will go away. And that does nothing to the size. So I'm going to just do that on both of those pieces that still have the triangle. So now when I click Make It, you can see that my projects are on the mat. Now it will warn me that I will need the larger mat. So what it's telling me here is that I need the 12 by 24 mat, and my pieces won't fit on a 12 by 12 mat. So I'm going to click OK to accept that. And now you can see that my pieces are on 6 different mats. And now we can cut our cardstock. Alright, so now let's say that either I only have the 12 by 12 mat, or I only have 12 by 12 cardstock to actually make my project. I would need to divide this up even further. So what I'm going to do actually is weld these back together just to demonstrate how you can divide this up into 12 by 12 pieces. So we're going to do the same thing. So this time I'm going to draw a square, and I'm going to do it as 11 and a half by 11 and a half. And then once again, we will make enough to go over the top of our piece completely. So what we can actually do is perhaps take this front part off. So if we had that arrow on one piece, and then we had these, it would still not be enough. So we're going to have to divide it into 6 pieces. So I have 6 rectangles, and I'm just going to repeat the same process. So for this one, I want this to be at 4. This one to be at 15 and a half. And this one to be at 15 and a half plus 11 and a half, which is 27. And I'm going to make these at the same place. So 4, 15 and a half, and 27. These 3 I'll align the top, and then I'm also going to pick these 3 and I'm going to put them in the Y direction at 2. I'm going to pick these 3 and I'm going to align the top, and then I'm going to put them, these are in the Y direction at 2, So these would be in the Y direction at 11.5 plus 2, which is 13.5. So now that covers the entire thing. And we'll just do the same thing as we did before. So we pick one square, hold Control down, pick the birthday girl cut, click Slice, and we'll just delete off the gray pieces. And then I'm just going to keep repeating this. So pick another square, pick the birthday girl, slice, delete off the gray. Square, birthday girl, slice, delete off the gray. Square, birthday girl, slice, delete off the gray. And then that last piece should actually be fine, right? So I've sliced all my other ones away, so I can actually just remove this square. And now I have 6 pieces that can be cut out of 12 by 12 cardstock to make a really large sign. So now I'll repeat on this yellow, and then we'll get to cutting our sign. Alright, so now that I have both of my pieces divided up, I can click Make It. So then when I click Make It, I can see that all of my pieces are in 12 by 12 mats, and I'll need 6 pieces of each color cardstock. So now let's cut these pieces with our Explore, and we'll go ahead and assemble our sign, and I'll show you how to put these pieces together. So that was super simple, right? And I will drop a link for this particular project in the description below, just if you want to do this one in particular. So now let's take a look at the project itself and how to assemble it, just in case you want to make something similar. Alright, so for this project you'll need your Explorer 2. You'll need 2 colors of cardstock, 6 pieces of each if you're using the 12 by 12, 3 pieces of each if you're using the 12 by 24, and then your mat. So I'm going to use a 12 by 12 mat, but you can use a 12 by 24 as well. Now we're going to cut all of our pieces using our Explore. For the white, I'm actually using a craft board, which is slightly thicker than regular cardstock, because this is going to be my background and I want it to be as sturdy as possible. You'll also need some tape and glue to finish off your sign. And I'll just continue with the rest of the pieces. So now that we have all of our pieces cut, let's talk about putting this together. And the first thing I want you to note is that I tried to do my joints different. So the joint running down the center of the white will not be the joint running down the center of the yellow. So I tried to do it just a little bit different. That'll make a stronger final project. So the first thing I'm going to do is take these white pieces, I have them all laid out. I'm going to flip them over to the back, and I am just going to use tape along the back of each joint. You can do this however you would like. I just find tape is pretty easy. This is masking tape. Everyone probably has it. So we're just going to run some tape, make sure it's together and even, and fold that over. So I'll just tape all of my joints, and then we'll have one white piece. Alright, so this is what the back looks like when I put the tape. So I taped each piece together, and then I put long strips over each of the seams so that this is a bit more sturdy. Now we need to add our yellow pieces over the top. So what I'm going to use for that is some glue, and I'm just going to glue each of these pieces. I'm going to make sure that the edges are lined up, and then you want to make sure they're lined up with each other. Now what I did want to point out, the fonts used on this sign were a stencil font, so I didn't have to worry about the centers of the letters, except this R, I cut it in a place where the center came in two pieces. So I had to be sure to save the center. I'll need to be sure to glue that down. So I'm just going to run glue over all these pieces and glue them into place, and then allow that to dry, and our sign will be complete. So now I have a big sign, all with my Cricut machine, all made out of 12 by 12 paper, all in a couple minutes. Super easy to make projects that are larger than your mat. So if you've ever felt restricted by your mat size, this is the way to hack that. So thank you all so much for joining me today. If you have any questions about anything we've covered today, drop those in the comment section below. If you liked this video, if it helped you at all, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have at least one Cricut video every single week, and you don't want to miss any of those, along with our other crafty videos. So thanks y'all, and I will see you next week with another great video. Thanks, and bye-bye.